Today, we are going to be spreading some good old-fashioned Christmas cheer here in Runeterra. Teemo, being the tiny little war criminal that he is, was due to get cold this year. He has agreed instead to help me hand out mushrooms on the ladder for the remainder of the evening, and will be awarded presents if he does well instead. We have Teemo. We have Puffcat Peddler, a wonderful gift giver all around. And then we have the Hexacore Foundry, which might as well be called Presents for All Foundry. Everybody draws a card. Thank you for the 23 months, Ventureon. I appreciate the tier 3. We wrap it all up with Sejuani helping us nip the cold in the bud. And we're going to play some games. Merry Christmas, everyone! These wonderful ladies deserve some presents. Merry Christmas, Mr. Beck! Mulligans? We don't want to start giving out presents too early with the Hexacore Foundry. Bot on 2 sounds lovely. Chumpawump to put some mushrooms in sounds great. There's everybody's favorite little war criminal ready to start delivering presents as early as our first attack. Santa might crack the window really quick. It's a little bit warm in this basement.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly!
Thank you for the brand new Prime, Winterwolf.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
I will pass along the Merry Christmas to Jeff and his family, Uncle Funkle, when I leave. Why, Dr. Claus? Of course Santa's a PhD, Coverin. Do we want to ignition and trade the bot for the goat, or do we want to proactively play the Tavern Keeper? Probably the Tavern Keeper.
Leave your bags at the door.
Let's do it over there! Vandal scouts are never afraid!
Teemo's already delivered his presents, so I believe we trade. When the pail hits her eye like a big pizza pie, Teemo's dead now. Poor Teemo.
How about another round?
That's a Zoe. That would have been much better. Looks like the primarily mono-target Zoe Diana with a small Shadow Isle splash, generally for atrocity. Don't atrocity Santa, Mamdi. You'll get coal next year.
Safety disengaged.
The strength of the sun and my faith are one.
Diana certainly seems like she could be a character out of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Can you improve perfection? Rise, metal brethren.
Channel our power. 'Cause. 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 '
Unfortunately, no blocks for Zoe. She will get to start making star charts. Our hand is rather mediocre. Could be right to play Hexacore Foundry to start trying to draw out of it. I believe we hold on to these mushroom clouds in case we find a wonderful peddler. With peddler, we can give almost twice as many. One point six very clearly rounds up to 2.
I'm a serious artist now. I paint Sparkle Flex.
Prime and ready.
Aha! Starlit Seer is also a giver of gifts.
Who goes
Holding on to these mushrooms for that is also a wonderful payoff. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, Quaddle! The star chart is extra cool with Mountain Scryer in play. DJ Hoff, thank you for the 23 months.
What's in here?
I was speaking with Mr. Hoagland, and I said to him, if you're going to invest in a visit from Santa, might as well make it a tax-deductible visit from Santa and have him stream for a little bit. So this will put us to 8 cards in hand. Then we would generate 1 up to 9, and then we would overfill. So we do not want to play this turn, because we would not be able to draw all of our cards next turn.
Prime and ready.
Blessed by snow and stars.
Give them the old mushroom soft pass here and see what they do. That's how Santa keeps the presents flowing. You have to know the ins and outs of the U.S. tax code system. This might just be an appropriate pass here. It could also be correct to stick more mushrooms in to get the Starlit Seer trigger going. Could also see playing Hexacore Foundry. Banking mana also has some meaning. Let's just bank mana and see what we do here.
Safety disengaged.
This is the upside to waiting on playing out more mushrooms. We can find another payoff and really start stacking up that value. Santa does know all of the tax regulation, but the United States tax system is the most convoluted and the rest are easy by comparison. They're making something cheaper. Oh no! Oh no, the demon child has leveled already!
Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Wait.
Here beyond.
Zoe is angling for some coal next year. Perhaps Sejuani should have told Zoe to take a break last turn. Santa wasn't paying attention to how close she was to leveling up. Merry Christmas, Drusky Brew.
Can you improve perfection?
This would be a good winter.
Unfortunately, this is slow, so we cannot play it in response to that.
System upgrade. Fire till nothing moves.
Our saving grace could be that this Sejuani is very close to leveling. Thanks to our ballistic bot, the most wonderful toy maker on the board, Sejuani is here to start frostbiting our opponent. We have 7 cards in hand currently with bot plus draw 2. We will not overdraw next turn, so we will be taking a pass here. The opponent only has 13 puff caps. Don't worry, we'll be giving out plenty more momentarily.
Can you improve perfection?
Only the strong survive.
Ah, the ice-shrouded world of the North. Sejuani and Mrs. Claus go way back.
Face me, coward! They forced us to choose the death or the blade.
Now, when Sejuani hits the opponent, she will frostbite the rest of their board since she is leveled. I think perhaps we may want to attack with everything. In the event that they have a way to stop this, Troll Chant could get us out of this just fine.
Oh, you're interesting.
Sterexel, Merry Christmas! The magical eye is almost as wonderful as Christmas magic itself, revealing to all that our opponent shall, in fact, lose power off of all of their units here.
There.
We'll see if our opponent plays out a giant monster here or not. That will dictate what we want to do. Because they are starting the turn with the monster on the board, that means we want to play the mushrooms this turn. If they didn't start with the giant monster, we would perhaps want to wait on these. But because they have the ability to open attacks next turn, we want to put as many puff caps as possible into their deck, hoping that they will draw one at the start of their turn, giving a frozen present to everyone in play. Ceremin win, Merry Christmas!
Can you improve perfection?
9 cards in hand, 3 more points of damage. Things are looking good for Team Santa. even if we end up losing, we gave out far more presents than our opponent. So really, we are the real winners here today. I think we simply want to gain 3 life, making our Nexus as healthy as possible. With the scent of a PhD in toyology, of course, Ventreon. Thank you for the 29 months, Korluski. Merry Christmas. Only 9 points of damage.
System upgrade. Fire till nothing moves.
Shift time!
Curl me mask, secure me tail, start the
We
day.
need presents. Lots of presents. Presents and mushrooms, you see, 'tis the giving that we love to do this year. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Payday.
This would be a good
This gives our opponent 31 puff caps in 22 cards, drawing 2 cards next turn. They expect to take approximately 3 points of damage, which is good paired with this Mystic Shot. They are a deck that can play the gain 5 burst speed spell that Santa is currently forgetting though, so not necessarily game over, but likely close. Star shaping.
Prime and ready.
Unfortunately, they have many elusives, so our friend Teemo will not be of much use here. Let's start with a rather shocking play. Even if they survive the aftershock, we have 3 more damage, plus a Hexacore Foundry to play out, well, they will draw 3 cards next turn. There's the star shaping. Opponent is going up to 5 at a virtual 2, so statistically they will be dead to this Hexacore Foundry. Santa could perhaps have opened attacks here as well, with everything on their board currently lacking power.
Enough stalling!
Cole Puck, Merry Christmas.
an auspicious season.
Hush, Hush is scary. Hush could get Sejuani killed.
System upgrade. Join me if you want to live.
Cole is much too good for Lee Sin. His barrier simply deflects it. Merry Christmas, K-Bill.
Stars.
Santa loves the cute rat emote. Mr. Rat,
Safety disengaged.
Merry Mushroom Christmas.
We survive!
See? Giving generously is rewarded, especially on Christmas, chat. This deck is evil. Think of the goodwill of all the presents we gave. We gave them mushrooms and cards. Methinks, mayhaps, we shall mulligan. Thoughts to start. Sounds lovely.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
Come closer. I don't bite.
Alas, they cannot attack into the 2-3.
You won't suffer long.
I think this shall be a game where we charge our ballista bots to full.
There's plenty of killing left.
I'm ready. Rise, metal brethren.
Bot is very good at not only triggering our cards that care about spells, but also dealing damage every turn for Sejuani.
I'm ready.
Gotta go with the flow.
We'll play the kindly tavern keeper. He always has a wonderful story to share. And then the question of, do we wish to deal one more damage? We've already triggered Sejuani for the turn. I think we just bank the spell mana.
System upgrade.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
Get to it.
Skitter out from the darkness.
So ordinary.
That's carved meat bigger than you.
So young.
Methinks we play the peddler and then we ignition, get our Sejuani trigger for the turn, and begin distributing presents. Runeterra is the best. Ho ho ho! Santa is realizing he forgot to change to the Christmas board. Wonderful cosmetics make Runeterra Santa's favorite digital card game.
If you want to live.
Santa knows that even bad little girls and little boys don't deserve magic online.
Can you improve perfection? Safety is
Methinks we shall play the ignition to trigger the shared spoils, to plant some wonderful mushrooms.
If I kill you, I don't fortune. There they go. I don't change fate, but I can feel it.
Methinks we're just passing here. Perhaps if they play another Elise, we shall Thermo Beam.
I know what lurks in the shadow.
Beams away. Troll Chant gives us reasonable blocks next turn into their board.
upgrade. Beautiful.
Let's talk about your dad.
Riot Dovagetes with the amazing 20 sub gifts. Merry Christmas.
That's carved meat.
Santa thinks we shall block here to save our unit's life total. Still want to Troll Chant over this away though. As their deck becomes smaller, our mushroom presence become more efficient. They already drew a mushroom for the turn, so there's a question of if we want to play the ignition or save it for save the mana for next turn. The upside of peddling more mushrooms has a lot of appeal.
Blue as the surf.
Our Sejuani is wonderful and leveled already.
Can you improve perfection?
Merry Christmas, CJNJ!
A game. Go on then.
Watch the
We're hitting that critical mass point now where our opponent has a similar number of puff gaps to total cards in their deck, which means we can start expecting 1 damage per card drawn. A very efficient ratio. Killing Twisted Fate has some appeal. However, if we Sejuani to kill the to hook the Zap Sprayfin, Teemo could potentially come across the board. Let's start by playing Teemo and see what they do.
Success is planting your mushroom ground.
Because if they play second Zap Sprayfin, we would rather vulnerable Twisted Fate. Notable that our opponent does not currently have Ruination mana available, so we can play Sejuani and not worry about losing the entirety of our board. I think we hold back Puffcat Peddler just in case these attacks don't work out. If they kill Sejuani and then block Peddler with a 2 damage thing and then kill it with a deal 1, we'd be very sad. I do, however, have Elixir of Iron, which makes that less likely. I'm convinced myself to attack.
Clear off. Something the matter.
There's the Vengeance. They have 15 puff caps currently. Currently they're going to 30. If I play this, they will go to 46. This does expose the puff cap Peddler to a deal 1 this turn. I think that is a worthwhile risk for getting 16 more puff caps into their deck.
I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
Challenging Zap with not Sejuani is interesting. Perhaps that would have been correct.
I've whipped up something special.
I believe we want to start with our slow spell, so that way we can put as many puff caps as possible in with Puff Cap Peddler here. This is only the second copy of Go Hard, so we are not getting ready to pack just yet. Santa's not going anywhere, do not worry. Down to 3. Our next play may shock you. Opponent averaging over 2 damage per puff cap now. Let's see if they have a second Vile Feast. They do not. See, chat, the real friends are the mushrooms we planted along the way. It is the giving spirit.
We planted along the way.
Outfit This is just my normal going out clothes. An arrow to the knee. Oh, the elves have been very bad this year. Elise, perhaps, making an appearance inside of the They Who Endure deck. This opening hand seems very reasonable against something moderately aggressive. We can bank our spell mana on 1, bot on 2, Aftershock, and a Kalista or an Elise on 3.
That egg. Did it move? I must get out of here.
Once I stamp papers, now faces.
If they're out there, I'll spot them.
No reason to attack our bot into here against their things that are looking to die. Keeping higher defense on here is also appealing.
Can you improve perfection?
Just like we drew it up, fam. Just like we drew it up.
For the homestead.
I figure I leave most of you presents every year. I can call you fam, right? With the Teemo draw, there was going to be a question on if we wanted to deploy this or start triggering Sejuani this turn. With Teemo, we must start giving out presents as soon as possible. If we bank the right amount of spell mana this turn, we can level up this little devil next turn with Chump Wump and then deliver twice as many gifts.
Swiftly. Not for everyone.
Methinks Ballistic Bot is appealing here. And then there's some merit to playing the Ignition to get extra points of power onto these. The downside to playing this is then we cannot Chump Wump and Troll Chant or Chump Wump and Mystic Shot next turn. Perhaps instead of playing the bot, we should have Mystic Shotted this one, so that way they wouldn't have a 3-3. Santa might have made a mistake, chat.
Safety disengaged.
The beard annoying, thankfully I have hundreds of years of experience talking with it.
There you are.
So we definitely want to hold up Troll Chant so we can save our wonderful present deliverer from these evil sapling hook monsters.
Lady Elise.
Of course Santa can be wrong. Just ask Mrs. Claus.
It'll be over soon.
Grow buzz.
So ordinary.
We take 5. Merry Christmas, Boo Shoes.
Can't say it wasn't worth it.
Next turn, our open attack shall be quite lovely.
Can you improve perfection?
We make mushrooms. We make mushrooms. We level our wonderful Teemo.
Ooh, quite a
And then we get to attack.
Swiftly.
Is it right to offer our bots to trade for these? The value of these ignitions down the line could be important. More presents than they have cards. Perfect.
Warm hugs and hot soup.
Careful. You don't know what's out there.
No really too exciting reason to save spell mana here, especially with the thermal beams. We're gonna go ahead and just get our ignition in while the getting is good.
Can you improve perfection?
Should they feel they have a large enough they who endure this turn, Sejuani. We could Sejuani to wipe the defense, the attack off of this for one turn. Or mayhaps we could shared spoils into thermal beam and then trade in combat. Sejuani acting as a fog here is quite appealing. We've dealt damage this turn already. Next turn we will hit with Teemo and potentially Ignition. And then on their following turn we shall hit them again. And then perhaps be able to level Sejuani.
You'll never know what hit him.
Go get them, you wonderful little devil, you.
The fruits of conquest.
The old burst soft pass here. They have 56 puff gaps here, so statistically, Sejuani is going to level when they draw a card, and then this Mystic Shot will wipe the smile right off of They Who Endure's face.
Can you improve perfection?
Oh no! It's a Christmas nightmare! Oh! Thank you.
The winter's claw in
Our opponent is in the Christmas spirit, giving us wonderful outs. Now, they have tapped under Endure mana, so we no longer need to hold up Thermo Beam. I believe deploying more mushrooms is in order.
Boys, we have visitors. Safety disengaged. Fire till nothing moves.
Everyone's a garden.
One thing that is notable next turn, our opponent, if they bank spell mana, will have 13 mana, which means that they can play a 17/17 They Who Endure. It could be quite the atrocity for Dr. Claus.
I'm ready. System up.
Grow free.
Prime
61 puff caps, 23 cards.
Never underestimate the power of the Scout's Code.
Hopefully Santa doesn't get Mr. Hoagland's account banned for account sharing on the ladder. We might get to Diamond if this deck keeps running so well. No! Santa forgot the Christmas board. Huh? Mr. Hoagland doesn't have the Christmas Oompa? Oh no! That is definitely a mistake we must correct. Oh, Italian, thank you for doing your part to make the world a safer place. Welcome to the new followers of Dirk. The new followers of Homelandia, most recent of which is Dirk. Santa doesn't stream here full time, but there's lots of Runeterra content to be had. Draven Zoe, something aggressive. Honestly, this hand is quite good. Mystic Shot to deal with something early, Kindly Tavern Thief to ruffle back up, Troll Chant and Puffcat Peddler on turn 4 to blow them out inside of combat. Fernq, Merry Christmas! Our curve is very elegant here. Bank 1 spell mana, play a Mystic Shot, play a 3-drop, play a 3-drop plus a 2-drop.
Spilled paint is just accidental art.
Danger Noodle! Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, Snuggle Bear!
Paint your feelings.
Methinks we should prioritize getting Puffcat Peddler into play, so this way if they open attacks and we Troll Chant, we can give them some presents. Jetherin, thank you for the 15 months. With the crowd favorite played, I would like to chump Wump so we can trade with this one inside of combat.
Moxie and strength.
Excuse you.
Visions of +1 attack are dancing in my head, so I shall block a 1 attack unit with my Puffcat Peddler. Merry Christmas, Jetherin. Santa's reed pales in comparison to reality.
Pay debt. They grow up so fast.
Now seems like a good time to begin deploying the kindly tavern keepers. We wouldn't want to get burned out.
Warm hearts and hot soup.
Actual, factual, startled stomper. Basic lands. Thank you for the 16 months. If they do not open attacks, this Sejuani shall be quite devastating. Methinks we should prioritize keeping our life total as high as possible. We will block the 5-3 and then Troll Chant to gain 4. Perhaps we're supposed to block here to play around decisive maneuvers.
Let's talk about
We
your
block here, maneuvers is lethal, I believe. It would be plus 7, it would be 15 damage.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
We block like this to play around maneuvers.
Welcome to the Dixie Hour.
Merry Christmas, little boy!
One star's whoopsie.
Your Minecraft pajamas are quite adorable.
The mushroom.
What do you think about a visit from Santa? Good. Oh no, I'm Santa Claus! Oh no!
Bow to no one.
Like a mush, Merry Christmas!
The sun's out, the crowd's ready. Let's wreck it!
Daddy, Daddy, Daddy,
Stand and fight.
That's pretty cool.
Daddy.
Hopefully, Troll Chant is enough to survive next turn.
Daddy, I don't see your, where's your face?
My face is right here. It has a beard on it.
Okay, imagine city girls, Santa.
Your worth.
Santa, just tell you, you got that power.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
I have Christmas power. Santa is dead to maneuvers, chat. Go have fun. Play with your Christmas presents, little boy. To set a low bar, this turn went better than expected.
Faces.
Oh, it is a great day for reckoning.
Safety disengaged. Prime and ready. You improve perfection. A ticket to the gun show.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
Prime and ready. Destiny awaits.
We definitely offer some blocks here. Making their board smaller makes their crowd favorites and battlecasters worse down the line. Methinks we aftershock the crowd favorite in order to make these not be able to have profitable attacks into our bots next turn. We've hit the critical more puff caps than cards in their deck.
System upgrade.
I have the best job.
Prime and ready.
This little bot is Santa's pick for favorite toy maker. Merry Christmas, Rich. Oh no! Santa has died!
Rise, metal brethren.
We were so close, chat. The affliction, it has come down on us. That card is much scarier than Perhaps we should have aftershocked their dome instead of their unit. It's okay, much like Santo taught Jacob today, winning and losing gracefully is part of playing games. Iterative improvement with Puffcat Peddler sounds quite good. Shared spoils is a touch slow. Merry Christmas, Goony Bones! Don't be sad, little Oompa. Have some Christmas cheer. Merry Christmas, J-Dubs.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Avalanche plus Vile Piece could trade down in terms of tempo for our 3-3. How badly do you wish to rid yourself of the peddler? He's a peddler, not a meddler. Open attacks feels best. Get those chip shots in when you can.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
Thanks to the generosity of Twitch chat, the children had a wonderful Christmas. Opponent notably lacking Ruination mana this turn.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
A quick burst spell to level Teemo seems quite appealing here. Shrinking the Trundle down to just 2 attack means all of the peddlers can attack. Oh, the opponent is Shadow Isles list. Good catch, Windowhead. Merry Christmas. If Teemo delivers double the presents, we will have Puffcaps equal to cards in their deck.
You got a problem?
Would you like to avalanche to kill one single unit?
Leave your bags in the door.
Not anymore. Not today, Trundle. Not today.
I am superior life form. Can you improve perfection?
We have 6 points of direct damage in our hand, each of which plant 9 mushrooms. Well,
Mega avalanche! But I'm king!
we'll have good open attacks at least.
Cold.
Merry Christmas, Hayes.
This'll take the chill off.
There they go.
Born for conquest.
Start on opening attacks here in case there's a Mina to send Sejuani packing back to our hand.
Enough stalling.
Let's talk about your.
It could perhaps be right to proactively Fury the North in the event that they have another Ice Quake. Deny would be Santa's expectation as well. Deny, Mina, occasionally Concussive Palm. These are Ionia cards that the opponent's archetype frequently plays. What a perfect emote, J-Ray. What a perfect draw with the Mystic Shot in hand. Santa's toes were getting cold, so he closed the window.
I'm gonna make a U-sickle! Hail to the king!
Nothing like the great outdoors.
When we deal damage to their Nexus, Sejuani will wipe the smile off of Trundle's face, which is quite excellent.
Bow to your king!
Is there another Deny opponent?
One smack'll do!
Infamous Haze, Merry Christmas! Thankfully, they're not playing Shadow Isle, so atrocity is not something we need to worry about.
Bow to no one.
Avalanche is a touch sad.
Born for conquest.
Attempt lethal. Oh, close enough.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
24 puck cap, 26 cards. Oh no! Merry Christmas, Zero. Need to fade, feel the rush.
wrong tribe, barbarian.
To battle! Smashing! Get ready for a beatdown!
Payday!
Definitely just planting more puck gaps to try and high roll. We're expecting a little over 1 damage per card drawn, so we are a smallly unfavored to not win here. If we are incredibly fortunate, they die when they draw.
I'm not done!
Jeff is spending time with his family. Today is his day off.
Who goes there?
Mega Avalanche!
Okie doke.
Snow Sunder, huh?
Good as bone shiver!
The little guy always gets there. Oh! Never forget, chat, the emote metagame is pay to win. Smells like something is burning and it's not Santa's beard this time. I'm only looking for cheap cards and healing. Kindly Tavern Keeper. Santa doesn't feel the Rush adds meaningful value to this deck. It does not feel like it lacks closing power as is. Everybody loves mushrooms, Hobbit.
I can do this. Who goes there? Don't mind me.
We take 2 damage and we block. We play second Starlit Seer and we Mystic Shot their thing for lethal.
We see through all.
This is a matchup where you unfortunately have to prioritize your own well-being ahead of giving them presents as quickly as possible.
Let's make it deep.
An auspicious season.
No refund.
Hello, small boy. Yes, Jacob. My beard is wonderful.
Make the Empire proud.
I'm one of Santa's many helpers, Jacob. I came to take pictures with your sister. It was her first Christmas.
Brewing up some trouble.
Let's not ruffle our feathers.
It's still Christmas in many parts of the world, including here for 2.5 more hours.
Flesh was weak, but look,
Ghazni, Merry Christmas.
can you improve perfection?
Stand ready.
My face is right here, Jacob. Look into my face. Oh no! Oh no! Everybody pretend you didn't see it! Pretend you didn't see it! Merry Christmas! Whom do we wish to save here? I think it is the Tavern Keeper. Ask your mother for help, young boy.
Stars.
What's wrong without me?
I think we want to prioritize the ballistic bot here. Every turn this sits in play, it deals another damage to us. I think having a critical mass of 3 power things is important here.
This would be a good winter.
Once I stamp papers, now faces.
When we eventually draw a unit, it's going to be huge. Yes, Jacob.
Love it.
No, do not grab at me, please. Them spending their turn decimating is quite good for us. Means their hand is likely fairly mediocre. Or perhaps if they have units, they just don't want to deploy them into our blockers.
Disengage.
You own what
Dunk! Mrs. Claus says Sejuani was quite the drinking buddy. Her and Tavern Keeper shall be good for cleaning up here.
Remember the objectives. For the glory of Noxus. I know it, you dad. I know
attack.
Sejuani is a 10-11 because of the wonder of Starlit Seer.
Face me, coward.
Your path ends here.
With another 3 points of life rolled up in Tavern Keeper, we should have this game in the bag. This Giving Season deck seems quite excellent.
Hut, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to the tipsy.
Teemo deals 1. The third Tavern Keeper really hits the spot.
Swiftly. More mushrooms.
Conveniently gained 9 life this game at 7.
Leave your specs in the door.
The Witcher's Claw triumphs.
Plenty to drink for everybody. Warm milk for all. I feel bad about that game win, chat. We did not give our opponent a single mushroom or extra card. Hexacore Foundry seems stellar against our opponent's dirtily control deck. Shared Spoils seems like a fine mulligan. Seer and Trump Whoop seem reasonable. bank spell mana into 2, 3, 4. Merry Christmas, roll.
These eyes see all.
The opponent's regions do not have efficient ways to answer a landmark, so Hexcore Foundry will likely remain in play for an extended period of time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would put us to 8 cards, and then we would not overdraw next turn, so chump wump it is. And then we shall double Starlit Seer to begin puff gapping afterwards. This attack is not exciting into Avalanche, but Avalanche is going to happen eventually.
Light the signal fires.
Merry Christmas, Kyle! The opponent's deck is running only Anivia, so that Entreat is a guaranteed Anivia. They do not quite have Ruination mana here. Avalanche is fine. Double Avalanche here will be greeted by double Elixir.
Here beyond.
And then our top unit shall become huge.
An auspicious season. This would be a good winter. Vermin.
Methinks we shall get 6 more triggers and then let this happen.
Blessed by snow and stars.
That should be enough triggers.
Think I'm still like a yodel in uniform.
Our next unit is going to be rather large. Perfect.
The spirit of winter awakens.
Another day in the field.
I'll pick 'em, you plan 'em, kid. Pay dirt.
Success is planting your mushroom crop.
Methinks we open attacks, although perhaps I don't want to attack with this because if blocking here means it dies to Anivia's trigger. However, Anivia is leveling next turn. With Anivia leveling next turn, I think we go ahead and Sejuani here to try and force out a Ruination. Because if they Ruinate to kill Sejuani and friends, we get to Mystic Shot this. This could be wrong, it could be right to prioritize hitting with this. I think we want to iterative this to prioritize generating extra puff gaps next turn for these two. Merry Christmas, Ashara Seagull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We each died and found hope.
The Freljord's eternal guardian!
This does not overfill the hand.
Start the day.
What will you have?
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Or once, am I right? Excuse you.
This allows us to block here and then Mystic Shot the egg yet again. They've already burned one Harrowing. They're also getting dangerously close to more Puff Caps when they have cards in their deck, so that will really start hammering some damage home. Not just any Santa Fall T, but now that it's been used on stream, it's a tax-deductible Santa. Start with the burst soft pass here.
Something ancient stirs.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
They do still have Harsh Winds available here to make Teemo's presence a lot less effective.
I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning. Armed and ready.
If Teemo connects here, we should win the game. Sad, but expected. He thinks we Tavern Keeper, so this is not dead to the attack from the Anivia trigger. And then Ballistic Bot to get a spell going for next turn. Opponent averaging 2 damage per card drawn at this point.
Return to us.
Can you improve perfection? Hey, take it to the gun show.
Light flickers. Would a mushroom help?
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Santa wishes to keep the Teemo alive. Perhaps keeping Puffcap Peddler alive is more important. Does he generate more things in the long term?
I'm a peddler, not a meddler.
It's close. It's close. There's a good chance Teemo dies. But if I just go to 8, I could have put 2 toughness on here and gone to 8. Perhaps that was best. Split them both.
Candle Scout never.
We'll play the bot here to prioritize getting the ignition next turn. Definitely starting with Peddler before we ignition. If they ruin 8, we get to Sejuani. This is a phenomenal outcome for us. Load them puff caps up. They're at a virtual 3 with many caps in deck. Rookie XP, thank you for spreading some holiday cheer. Merry Christmas. So there are 4 damage expected per card drawn. I think Hexacore is likely the most consistent play here for winning the game.
Wrapped in cold silence.
If they don't die, we'll be dead to their attacks. $53 puff caps, 13 cards, 3 draws. They are statistically dead. It's a Christmas miracle! Ho 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 ho! Santa would like the record to reflect that 11 damage there was slightly below average. The world is flat! As someone who flies across it, I can confirm that it is not. Thank you for the sub-gift. I think we mulligan for Teemo to start here. Start giving out the presents as quickly as possible. Leveling Sejuani ASAP feels key to winning here.
Stand, silly. Reporting in. What you doing over there? You'll never know what hit him. Come on, chase me.
I don't think there's a punish for this. Perhaps we're supposed to do that before we attack for the turn. It could just be right to take that trade. They play Fiora here. Santa is very dead. He's going to concede.
The Vandal Scout tries harder every time.
That matchup is as polarized as the place that I live. Ho 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 ho. Starlit Seer and Mystic Shot, very reasonable keeps against an aggressive deck. Mulligan for some Tavern Keepers, other cheap curve things. Not ideal pickups here. Another less than stellar draw. We would prefer not to give the aggro deck extra cards.
What it doesn't understand, silly.
Cody, Merry Christmas! Thank you for spreading some holiday cheer. Second Mystic Shot is a phenomenal pickup with our 1 spell mana banked from the first turn. We will now be able to shoot 2 things next turn, triggering our Starlit Seer twice. Another stellar draw. Do we shoot these 2? Do we double Mystic Shot this? I think there's value in killing these 2. If we go to double Mystic Shot this, sometimes these decks play survival skills, we would get completely and utterly savaged.
This would be a good
Glad fan, Merry Christmas. To our wonderful new members of Hoaglandia receiving generous sub-gifties, make sure you join the subscriber Discord server!
I stand for Nox.
Crowd favorite is a reason to take aggressive trades like we did the rest of this game. I think we attack in and offer this trade again. Would be surprised if they take it. Free 3 points of damage. Get that Sejuani trigger in. Now, we are unfortunately 1 mana short of playing our powerful unit here, but we can Harsh Winds thanks to the 1 mana we have
I
saved.
stand for Noxus.
I gotta work with this joker.
Is my ball so big?
Merry Christmas, Sad.
Let's talk about Runeterra. I've carved meat bigger than you.
I think we take this opportunity to kill the Draven. Harsh Winds, this and this. Eat this.
An auspicious season.
They have 2 spinning axes. They would need Elixir of Wrath to kill us here. I think that is worth the risk. Elixir is not a particularly common card. Sometimes these decks play Brother Spawn, but that costs 2. We're at a relatively stable 15 here. It's another excellent piece of life gain as Sejuani helps us narrow their board even further. Yes, Santa has a PhD in logistics and planning.
This one's on the house.
This is quite the punish.
The party has arrived.
But attacks will be rather scary here. They notably still have decisive maneuvers mana available. I think we kill one of their overwhelm units here rather than playing the Tavern Keeper. Tavern Keeper is not particularly good into decisive maneuvers. I'd like to play around that if possible. They maneuver around nothing.
Fly away while you can.
Let's talk about your dad. I've carved meat bigger than you.
We go to 6 with these blocks, but we notably get to kill all of their overwhelm units, which makes us far safer on future turns.
Bring me chaos!
We'll have a decision on if they want to use axes to take trades here, or if they want to use them to level Draven and push additional damage.
Time for the moneymakers.
Looks like they would like to trade.
Bristle, attack!
Easy open attacks here, push some damage, and then share the spoils with everyone. Our top unit should have some Starlit Seer triggers on it as well. Hopefully it's another wonderful Tavern Keeper.
Spilled paint is just accidental art.
The fruits of conquest!
Teemo is better than Sejuani, even if not amazing. He thinks this is a matchup where we don't want Hexacore Foundry here. Sharing is caring, chat. We'll play the Foundry. It's the Christmas spirit. Hopefully it will draw us into a Mystic Shot to help us survive the combat.
One sling, a bunch of targets.
Not quite dead to heads-up information with the Troll Chant here. Expecting open attacks.
Prove your worth.
Vandal scouts are never afraid.
Dead to decisive maneuvers, but not heads-up dead. Oh, I should improvement the Tavern Keeper here in case we live. That's a very big mistake, chat. Very big mistake. Likely going to cost us the game. If I was going to 7 here, we would be in a wonderful spot.
Hey, Solari! Got a bit of mood
To be honest, Santa is surprised he survived that attack.
Explosives primed.
We're at a virtual 3 with the Legion Saboteur. Again, incredibly unfortunate that I missed the iterative improvement play. Santa had a long day of work, chat. It's easy to miss things like that.
Obsolete.
Fingers crossed for Mystic Shot on top.
Ugh, you're still painting everything? Maybe you'd like it if you weren't so busy being mean.
Have a mushroom. Have 5. 50%? Over 50%? They draw 2 cards? It's a Christmas miracle!
Fight for your lives.
System upgrade.
We survive.
Sorry about that. Some kind of technical difficulty with the webcam software. Definitely not just an opportunity to get something to drink. Ho ho ho! The opponent's archetype is a control deck again, so Tavern Keeper is not something we want here. Turn 1, Teemo, to start distributing presents. Sounds lovely. Titan O'Clock, thank you for the resub. Merry Christmas.
Another day in the beach. I'll scout ahead. Price doesn't mean everything.
Thank you to all the new followers as well. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Santa doesn't stream here every day, but there's Runeterra content 5 to 6 days a week. The other guy does not have nearly as good of a beard, though.
Who goes there?
With the second Teemo in hand, I don't mind tapping out for the Starlit Seer here. This is fine.
Nothing like the
Second Teemo sounds lovely. Should they have an Avalanche, we have an Elixir of Iron.
never know what hit 'em.
Gonna elect to not attack in here, because I'd rather not lose this Starlit Seer to an Avalanche. Mailed it.
Blessed by snow and stars.
I think we play the Hexcore Foundry here. I don't like burning more mana than my opponent. Getting the cards flowing ASAP sounds very appealing. Easy open attacks here. Attempt to level Teemo before they can Vile Feast again. Whale, yep.
Collection.
Oh, it
Conveniently have Peddler into Aftershock here. Slow down their acceleration a bit.
These are troll
We're still a bit off of Ruination mana here. Okay, just load up the Peddlers.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
Outfit? This is my everyday attire. They have Vengeance mana available, but not Ruination quite yet. I think we want to save this for after they deal with these. Let's open attacks here. They block, we will Chill Trance and load them up with some mushrooms. Get in for some damages. This damage on here means they cannot Ice Quake without losing their Trundle. We just burn mana here, no reason to play another Tavern Keeper out into an Ice Quake. Well, none of those are the additional spells we really wanted to draw. We're still in a fine spot here. Likely Harsh Windsing this Trundle this turn to prevent it from killing my Peddler, so they can continue giving out their wonderful gifts. We could see Feel the Rush happen here, in which case Santa's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Santa will die to Atrocity next turn. No good way to slice that. We have 8 mana, so we can play Ballistic Bot here and still play Harsh Winds. We can dodge an Atrocity while giving them lots of extra cards. We might have a real chance here.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm a peddler, not a meddler.
Even if we put 3 toughness in front of here, we still take 7 down to 9 and are still dead to Atrocity, so no reason to block with any of our things. Might as well just go to 6. 6 is just as dead as anything else. Oh! Wait, Santa has miscalculated. If Santa blocked, he could have opened on Tavern Keeper to not be dead to Atrocity. This is an incredible mistake. Oh! Wait, I would have still died to this, right? Still would have been dead to that.
I've always been a fun guy.
Oh, Sejuani plus Mystic Shot. Chat. Chat is so smart. I have made the mistake now and can no longer do that. Chat is right. Chat would have won this game that Santa is likely to lose.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
Bluffing Harsh Winds feels correct. They draw 3 cards next turn, which they average a little over 2 damage per card. No, I think I just have to Sejuani.
The Winter's Claw.
Could have attacked into the pillars of soft pass. Good thought.
Bow to no
Yes. Had I played better, we likely would have won this game despite the atrocity. Just vengeance.
I refuse.
With a little bit of luck, Santa can still win. Alas, the open attack shall be too much to overcome. Close game. Lux Zed. Our opponent gives us the gift of playing a brew. Beam and Aftershock seem appealing. Perhaps Aftershock is too slow. We mulligan for something more proactive and cheap, like a Teemo. This hand is quite excellent. No explicit synergy between the Spells Matters champion and Lux and Zed. Zed typically a more aggressive champion. Perhaps Lux being used as a bit of a finisher and more of a mid-range shell.
Swiftly.
Gore Smith. Thank you for working on today of all days and overtime at that. We are fortunate to have people like you in the world.
Armed and ready. Enough for everyone.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
I've heard about you.
Oh.
Rivers shape the land and give it life.
Think we want to attempt to kill the Plaza now? Before they can draw Deny, potentially?
There they go.
Engulf them.
Merry Christmas, Erdian.
A gift from the river folk.
We have backup Teemo here, thankfully. Leveled and ready to go.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Opponent is still one turn off of Lux. Teemo is just elusive. He does not have a cosmetic. If he's a good boy, perhaps we will level him though.
Never know what hit him.
This is too valuable to lose to a sharp sight. However, if they have sharp sight, they'll get to kill Teemo anyways. Attack. Help! Help! I'm being suppressed! Thermo Beam interacts with this the exact way we would like it to interact with this. I believe we Thermo Beam here, as most of the removal that they could, or tricks that they could use to protect this, cannot be played for the 3 mana while it is in play. Oh, no! Valor has Teemo's number.
Just trying to help.
I think we jump wump this turn so we can hex core plus jump wump the following turn.
Virtue guides me.
Yikes. We'll hold on to these for now, in case we draw a card that pays off for playing spells.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
Everywhere I go, the light follows.
Lady Lux. I think we prioritize the Hex Core Foundry before the bot. Get those cards flowing here. If they don't open attacks here, so Sejuani wiping the attack off this could be quite good.
Pushing my limits.
We wipe the smile off of Radiant Guardian's face here.
Fight for your lives. Bow to
So Johnny nice and leveled here as well. Suppose Sejuani dies to Challenger plus Final Spark. Unfortunately, we don't have a Mystic Shot here. Perhaps Perhaps, with this on board, I'm supposed to wipe the attack off of this instead. Perhaps a mistake on Santa's part here.
I am superior life form.
A beacon through the dark!
I'm going to elect to hold these pup caps for one more turn yet again, so I can power up both of my ballistic bots. Hopefully, Harsh Winds wiping the attack off of this on their next turn should give us enough that we need to be able to win the game. Well, isn't he a wonderful little devil?
Another day in the field.
See if they're able to level Lux at burst speed here or not. Otherwise, we're going to put a couple of puff caps into their deck.
Discipline and steel. System upgrade. Can you improve perfection? Safety disengaged.
Swiftly.
Want to hold up Harsh Winds here, in case they have single combat or concerted strike to try and kill our Teemo before he can deliver 42 extra presents.
Just win everything.
Such a good boy, Teemo.
I fight for the fallen.
Clear beyond.
Oh no! Rally out of a Lux deck. Santo is not prepared. Santo is not prepared for rally out of a Lux deck. Karost, Merry Christmas!
If you want to live. We march.
Banish the unworthy. You will be scoured from this land. Excuse you.
Avenge me.
Candle Scout never.
Wiping Lifesteal off of this next turn might be our saving grace that we need to stay in this game.
You'll wanna give me some space. Promise. I've got 3 warnings for you.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day. Banish the unworthy.
I believe we are A-OK, chat. Have a mushroom. Have fun. $79. Little under 4 damage per mushroom per card drawn expected. This deck felt very reasonable. Santa had been unimpressed with the Shadow Isles Hexacore variations. This one having the payoff of Starlit Seer in addition to Sejuani allowing you to consistently wipe their attack feels very good. Zed, Zoe, likely want to mulligan for a cheap interaction here. I think we definitely keep the Teemo on one. Elixir sounds reasonable, try and keep him alive. Mulligan these other two looking for mystic shots. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
We did it together.
Singleton. Santa doesn't play Singleton.
They can see me.
And they played a card, so they gave us free LP. Can Santa be a diamond gamer before he's done this evening? Jeff likes Zoe Fizz if you want to be aggressive, and Zoe Lux if you want to be controlling. Mulliganing for Aftershock sounds appealing here. Ballistic Bot to enable Starlit Seer sounds worth keeping though. Excellent.
I am superior life form. Primed and ready.
Believe we open on attacks here, so this way, if they have a Grand Plaza, we can kill it before it does anything.
System upgrade.
Have a mushroom. Have 3. How do we wish to sequence this turn? This could hit us twice. That's a lot of damage. I could be right to get this down and start triggering it. Could also play Starlit Seer and then Troll Chant. There's some appeal to just taking the hit, playing 2 2-drops, and then next turn playing Puff Cap and double ignitioning to trigger both of these. I think we use our life total as a bit of a resource here and just take our loss.
Me now.
Remember, chat, if you finish the game with more than 1 life, you didn't use all your resources as efficiently as possible.
We see through all.
Annoying, not the end of the world. Perhaps we're supposed to bank spell mana that turn to play around a sequence like just happened.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
If we'd banked spell mana, we could have troll chanted a single combat and been in better shape. We have to start triggering Sejuani with our ignitions here.
Safety disengaged. Join me if you want to live. Can you improve perfection?
There they go.
Primed and ready.
Sejuani is 3 out of 5. We'll get to level on our opponent's next turn now. That's a nice one. Do we want to ignition and trigger these, or do we want to get Chump Wump down? I think there's appeal to doing the ignition, because then we control chant or mystic shot this turn.
Rise, metal brethren.
Easy pass back here, no reason to do this before they attack. They're definitely attacking.
Missed a chance to win.
So ordinary. Inferior design.
We do this to attempt to stabilize the border touch. Should they have some type of trick to punch through here, we still have Elixir, because we didn't play this other ignition. Our open attacks next turn will be very, very reasonable here.
Can you improve perfection?
Lethal even.
Show.
They have a rally, perhaps? They're just conceding. Yep, did the open.
For the mushroom hill.
Santa is cruising up the ladder, chat, giving out presents and taking names. Can we cobble together 2 more match wins? How did the naughty and nice lists get made? Trade secrets. Runeterra. Hard to tell exactly how aggressive this list is going to be. Almost assuredly going to involve Mountain Goat, though, so I think we mulligan everything except a Mystic Shot to be able to kill a goat. Would love to find a Teemo to start here.
Raise your weapon, Sunwind.
Samurai Soldier, likely fairly aggressive.
Humanity is obsolete.
No one's the wiser.
No, chat.
Ready.
Santa says it's the people who shame others for playing decks that they enjoy that go on the naughty list. It is not the player's responsibility to balance the game, just to find decks that they enjoy playing and play them to the heart's content.
Bags in the door. Let's talk about your attack.
Think we saved this spell mana to play more cards out after we have Puffcat Peddler.
System upgrade.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
I was born in battle.
He's a peddler, not a meddler. We go ahead and take this opportunity to use our ignition to trigger this and load some caps up.
Rise, metal brethren.
I am an eternal being, many hundreds of years old, giving presents to children for ages on end.
I broke from my past. I still can't find peace.
There is nothing so broken it cannot be mended.
Do we kill the Tarek, chat? Think we're supposed to kill the Tarek, chat. Well, this beats Pale Cascade. It does fine. I agree. If that did not kill them with that beat Pale Cascade would be a bad play to make. Easy round 10. Surprise Riven did not attack. I think we tried to control their board a touch, and then next turn we can deploy Teemo into level the little devil and give out lots of presents. Easiest round end of Santa's Runeterra career.
System upgrade.
Where once there was a sword, only shards remain.
Broken gems show new facets.
Hey, ticket to the gun show.
This play is wonderful, triggers Sejuani for the turn, allows us to hold up not one but two combat tricks. Merry Christmas, Bob Ross Sauce Boss. Santa never streamed Magic the Gathering. He is not a fan of late-stage capitalism. Presents and card games should be accessible to all, not just the lucky few who have lots of money, like Magic the Gathering is.
Can you improve perfection?
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Another day in the field.
I'll pick 'em, you plan 'em, kid. Hey, Dad.
Merry Christmas, Bob Ross Sauce Boss.
System upgrade.
Alright, Teemo. We've loaded up with 27 mushroom presents. Deliver them to all the good little girls and boys. Merry Christmas, Toll. Thank you for your generosity. Santa feels confident with these combat tricks. We should not be dead next turn.
Join me if you want to live. System upgrade.
That being said, the Blade of Exile is quite terrifying. It's unfortunate that Sejuani is not one more turn towards being leveled. Perhaps one of the turns when Santa took the pass, he should have elected to ignite.
I sense their power. There is surrender and there is life. I will live. Face me, coward!
It's a mighty large ribbon, chat.
Preserve beauty and protect all life.
Alright, chat.
Never underestimate.
Santa needs to not crack under the pressure. Santa needs to win one more game to not bubble out and make it to the Diamond 4 rank floor. Can our giving ways pull us up a rank? Mulligan the rest of these, keep the Teemo. It's Christmas! You can't go hard turn 1 Teemo on Christmas, chat!
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Ryan effing Miles, you're on the effing naughty list. Double Edge, thank you for the 13 months. Merry Christmas.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now. Prime and ready.
Easiest open attacks of Santa's career.
Pass me.
I believe Starlit Seer here. Is that the play? Let's Peddler to set up to Seer into Ignition the following turn. The opponent has 2 more Go-Hards here. We're probably going to have to pack our bags and slide back down into Platinum some more.
Safety disengaged.
We play Starlit Seer this turn into Ignition. We bank 1 spell mana, which then sets us up for turn 5 Chump Wump, double Mushrooms. We do the rest of the year. Logistics and planning, Marcio. We only work 1 night, but it's a big night. Thankfully, I have my PhD.
Never lost a fair game. All that glitters.
Here beyond.
I think we prioritize getting the Starlit Seer going as opposed to aftershocking this. Twisted Fate can level rather quickly in the opponent's archetype, but not immediately. Like to get value out of this fleeting card while we can. I think even with the loss of the Puffcat Peddler here, we are likely to want to Chump Wump next turn. The question is, do we want to attack here? I don't believe so. I don't think trading either of these for a 2-2 plus a Go-Hard is an exchange that is worthwhile to us, so we'll just pass the turn.
Safety disengaged.
Oh, we didn't have an attack token. Ignore me. I was testing you, chat.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
I don't change fate, but I can feel it.
Thankfully, my beard is thick and doubles as a mask, Seagull. Be responsible and care about those around you. Wear a mask, chat.
Join me if you want to live.
Suppose you want in on this.
I suppose I should leave ye be.
Perhaps the attack with the 4-3 is good there. I think we wait on these mushroom clouds here until we deploy the second ballistic bot next turn. Perhaps if that's the case, it was right to deploy the other bot this turn instead of this.
Got there.
Merry Christmas, I love Oreo. This is the second Go Hard.
System upgrade.
Twisted Fate up to 5 out of 8 at this point. Likely need to Aftershock this turn. This does allow them to have second Twisted Fate to gold card our Ballistic Bot, but it's a risk we have to be willing to take here. Well, the Twisted Fate was fortunately at 5 out of 8, so the likelihood that they could... perhaps this is a mistake. Now this can attack. If I ignition, I could hold up Mushroom Cloud, and then this can't attack in profitably. A miscalculation on Santa's part.
I'm ready. Rise, metal brethren.
Getting a trigger for Sejuani this turn is valued, so...
Disengage. Evolve or die.
I think we start with attacks here. See what they choose to do.
Like a fish in water.
Get these ignitions going. Pop up the top of our deck here.
Take it to the gun show.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
Sejuani currently survives. Pack the bags. And I think that there is value in having leveled Sejuani in play next turn. That way Ignition or Mystic Shot can wipe the attack off my opponent's board. I think we play this, even though we're spewing value from losing the vulnerable trigger here. I could have potentially have been right to play this pre-combat. Santa is not infallible, just ask Mrs. Claus.
Hang 'em by their entrails.
Show them our teeth.
Yep.
I refuse.
Alas, it's looking like Santa shall remain a platinum giver.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
I suppose we go threat, heal up, load some mushrooms into the deck, hope they draw one next turn to then shared spoils, and then maybe get back into the game from there, but unlikely. He really needed to kill Gangplank last turn.
Deal me in. Soak it in.
Well, you know what? I should put mushrooms in their deck in response there, probably.
Leave your bags at the door.
Opponent managed our threat very well this game. We never had an opportunity to leverage... These are actually the first pup caps going into their deck. We never had an opportunity to leverage our... They killed our Teemo on one. They killed our Starlit Seer before it could do much. They killed our pup cap Peddler before it could do much. And then their average card quality was just much higher than ours from that point forward. Was never able to get any of our synergistic cards going because our opponent just picked us apart thoroughly. Jeff does not play Singleton, and neither does Senna.
Scratched.
Merry Christmas, everyone. While we failed to fully become Diamond Gamers this evening, this deck felt very, very reasonable. In the games that we didn't get picked apart, our synergies came together nicely. This deck definitely felt a bit more cohesive than the Shadow Isle variations that I have seen played in the past. The top end that Sejuani provides and being able to lock people out in the mid to late game really gives you that staying power that you need for your puff cap to finally be lethal. Having Aftershock as a quality piece of interaction for things like Plaza felt very, very good. At any rate, I have a long trip back to the North Pole this evening, so thank you everyone for stopping in. I believe Jeff plans to return to streaming tomorrow morning after his holiday break. If you're one of the many new people that stopped by the channel today, thank you for joining us here in Hoaglandia. Jeff has a couple of YouTube channels here in chat, where you can check out one where there is a new deck highlight posted every single day of the week, as well as another that posts entire full stream archive. Thank you for joining us, and everybody stay safe out there. Good evening.